Hey everyone, today I'm going to show you how to activate and pair a Fronius Smart Meter, like this one, to any of our inverters that have a pilot card, like the GEN24, Tauro or Verto. So just note that there is a separate video for the Smart Meter IP, but this video will apply to any of the meters that I've listed here. Alright, there's two ways to pair the Smart Meter with the inverter. The first way is through the inverter's web interface or web UI, and the second way is through the commissioning wizard. To access the web UI or the commissioning wizard, you can head to the generic IP address 192.168.250.181, or you can use the SolarStart app. Whichever way you use, you need to connect to the inverter's Wi-Fi access point using a smart device. I'll put a link in the description below that'll show you this process. Okay, so I'll show you the first way, which is through the inverter's web UI. You would be using this method if the inverter is already commissioned. Once in the web UI, navigate to Device Configuration, then select Components. Press Add Component, then select Power Meter. The type you want to select is RTU. If it's a WR meter, then you would also enter in the primary rating of the CT as shown here, and it will also ask for the grid type, which is usually set as default for Australia. The process is similar for the 480 volt UL meter or 240 volt UL meter, but just note that the grid type options are different. Also regarding the CT ratio, just note if you are installing a 50 kA smart meter, you'd enter in the CT ratio on the screen of the meter itself. The application section has two options depending on how you have wired up the site. Grid connection point is usually what you would select. This picture shows you the difference between grid connection point and load branch, which is the other option that you could select. Once you're done, click Save to apply the settings. Alright, so now I'll show you the second way, which is through the commissioning wizard. Within the product section of the wizard, you'll complete the steps as normal, setting up the technician password, entering the system name, the grid code, and so forth. At the device configuration section, you can choose which components to add. Here you will see an option to add a smart meter, labeled as power meter. To configure the meter, the steps are the same as what we showed you in the previous section of this video. Once you're done, select Add and press Next to go on to the next section in the wizard. Alright, that's it. Now you know how to activate these smart meters on any of our inverters that have a pilot card. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.